Welcome to today's discussion on the fascinating topic of prayer and its profound impact on the human brain. Throughout this video, we will explore 7 incredible benefits of prayer that can alter our brains in significant ways. Until recently, there seemed to be a false conflict between science and faith, with the 20th century being marked by a perceived collision and divorce between the two. However, the 21st century has ushered in a resurgence of dialogue, with emerging fields like neurotheology shedding light on the connection between spirituality and the brain. Neurotheology employs advanced techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, positron emission tomography, photon studies, and brain stimulation exams to observe changes and alterations in the brains of individuals having spiritual or religious experiences. This scientific approach reinforces what many have long known through personal experiences of prayer, providing a solid foundation for the link between spirituality and brain changes. It is not about learning something new, but rather reinforcing our understanding and offering a scientific basis that may resonate with those who embrace science. Now, let's delve into the first benefit of prayer on the brain: an increase in pain resistance. Prayer has been shown to reduce the flow and stimulation of the superior parietal cortex, a region responsible for our sensory activity, like touch and pain perception. When a person engages in prayer, their sensory and physical activity related to pain decreases, resulting in enhanced pain resistance. This means that individuals who pray exhibit a greater capacity and resilience to face unpleasant or uncomfortable situations, as the sensitivity in the cortex responsible for these perceptions is diminished. Interestingly, accounts from the Bible and historical events, such as Paul and Silas praying and worshiping in prison despite enduring pain and persecution, come to mind. Their ability to find inner peace amidst external turmoil reflects the benefits of prayer demonstrated by the decrease in activity in the superior parietal cortex, shielding the inner self from the challenges of the external world. The second benefit of prayer is its ability to increase brain reconstruction. Neuronal plasticity, also known as brain plasticity, refers to the brain's remarkable capacity to rebuild circuits, reconnect synapses, and regenerate neurons. A compelling book titled Neuroplasticity: The Dialogue Mind-Brain DNA provides insights into actions that promote this reconstruction, facilitating the reactivation of neurons and the rejuvenation of previously unused neural pathways. Prayer plays a role in enhancing plasticity and the brain's ability to regenerate neurons, reconnect synapses, and rebuild circuits. It can be likened to a form of physiotherapy for the brain, strengthening its cognitive abilities and facilitating learning. Indeed, prayer is comparable to a brain training exercise, similar to how you often hear about the development of creativity as a muscle. Engaging in prayer serves as a means of training for brain development, effectively strengthening the cerebral muscle responsible for various cognitive functions. Now let's discuss the third benefit: prayer improves concentration and attention. Lack of attention has become a prevalent issue in our generation, with many struggling to maintain focus and concentrate on tasks. Prayer has been found to increase activity in the frontal lobe, a part of the cerebral cortex responsible for keeping attention focused and concentration maintained. Those who regularly pray have likely experienced this firsthand. Prayer allows individuals to become more centered and focused. Whether it's reading the Bible before or after praying, you may notice a significant increase in attention and concentration. This benefit is closely related to the first one we discussed, as prayer helps reduce external interference. Our lack of concentration often stems from excessive stimulation and the desire to be aware of everything happening around us. Prayer enables us to capture our attention and focus it, filtering out distractions. That's why it's advisable to begin devotional time with worship and prayer, as worship brings awareness of God's presence, and prayer directs our thoughts and gaze toward Him. Through this focused state, we can listen to His voice as we engage with His Word. It truly is a fascinating and enriching experience. Moving on to the fourth benefit, prayer increases happiness. The correlation between prayer and happiness has been revealed and supported by scientific evidence. Andrew Newberg's book, How God Changes Your Brain, explores this connection, along with other studies, including recent research from Stanford University. Prayer has been found to increase activity in the limbic system, which governs our emotions. It also leads to an increase in neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are associated with feelings of happiness and satisfaction. People who engage in prayer regularly exhibit higher activity in the emotional brain, experiencing greater contentment. This is something that can be clearly perceived. Indeed, when participating in a prayer meeting at church, there may be times when you don't initially feel inclined to attend. However, after just a few minutes in that environment, you may start to experience a surge of pleasure and a deep sense of fulfillment. This can be attributed to the release of serotonin and dopamine during prayer. These neurotransmitters, while not the active ingredients themselves, are produced as a result of the action of antidepressants. In contrast, prayer can naturally stimulate the release of these neurotransmitters, leading to increased happiness. It's truly incredible. Now let's move on to the fifth benefit. Prayer provides more rest than sleep. While sleep is undoubtedly important, prayer has been found to offer an even higher level of rest. Jesus, for instance, would spend nights awake in prayer. Studies have shown that the electrical activity in the brain during prayer generates waves with frequencies that induce a greater sense of restfulness to the mind compared to sleep. This level of mental rest complements physical tiredness. Furthermore, research has demonstrated that frequent prayer is associated with approximately half the level of cortisol compared to those who do not pray. Cortisol is the stress hormone that contributes to increased stress and inflammation in the body, affecting immunity and potentially leading to chronic pain. Prayer has a powerful effect in providing rest, reducing stress, lowering cortisol levels, and diminishing chronic inflammation. In terms of rest and stress reduction, prayer is a potent activator of the parasympathetic nervous system. This counteracts the effects of the sympathetic nervous system, which induces tension and nervousness. The parasympathetic system aids in relaxation and releases the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, promoting a state of calm. As a result, prayer brings rest to both the mind and body. It's worth noting that the concept of prayer's calming effects aligns with Paul's teachings in Philippians 4. He prescribes prayer as a remedy for anxiety and worry. The sixth benefit is that prayer improves self-esteem, a symptom prevalent in our generation, in which we experience a pandemic of low self-esteem. Prayer possesses the remarkable ability to increase the production of oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. Acts of love trigger the release of oxytocin, which is evident during childbirth when the body floods with oxytocin to aid in uterine contractions, as well as during breastfeeding. Oxytocin has a strong connection to self-esteem. A study conducted at Stanford University School of Medicine, referenced in the book Habits of a Happy Brain, establishes a correlation between prayer and self-esteem based on the amount of oxytocin that prayer can release. So, if you desire to boost your self-esteem, scientific evidence confirms that prayer can be of great help. And now, let's explore the final benefit in our discussion, although there are many more benefits worth exploring. Prayer has the remarkable ability to improve your decision-making ability. By activating the prefrontal cortex, prayer plays a crucial role in enhancing your capacity to assign meaning to things, exercise better discernment, and make rational decisions. So, what should you do before making an important decision? Pray. Prayer stimulates the activity of the prefrontal cortex, providing you with greater clarity, lucidity, and discernment, enabling you to make balanced and rational choices. Incorporating prayer into your decision-making process will undoubtedly lead to better outcomes. Witness for yourself how prayer empowers you to make wiser decisions. These 7 benefits of prayer on the brain are truly awe-inspiring. While you may already be familiar with what God's Word teaches about prayer, the integration of research and scientific findings reinforces the importance of continuous prayer. Before we conclude, I would like to encourage you to take a few actions. As soon as this video ends, take a moment to turn this off and engage in prayer. Consider subscribing to this channel and leaving a comment sharing what resonated with your heart during this video. Share the link with others so that they too can benefit from this valuable content. And may God's blessings be upon you. Now, go forth and pray.